So let me tell y'all about the time I joined 2 gangs in the span of 3 days. I was in the 5th grade. Myself and 2 of my friends decided that we were going to start our own gang. It was me, Brandon Dye, and Salvador Ochoa. We decided we're going to name this gang TKC. And TKC stood for Top Killing Crew. And up until that point, we were very efficient at killing like mosquitoes, flies, and like ants and stuff. But we didn't mess with ladybugs or roly-poly. We got morals. And so Brandon decides he's going to tag on the door TKC. The teacher sees it. She comes in and she's like, who wrote TKC? Brandon jumps up. He's like, we did. We who? No, we didn't. No, we didn't. And teacher's like, what does TKC mean? He's like, it's our gang. It stands for Top Killing Crew. And she's like, who's all in this gang? And I'm like, please don't say me. Please don't say my name. He's like, it's me, it's Salvador, and it's AJ. I was like, no, I mean, I'm a member, but I'm not like an active member. It's sort of like having a library card. I don't visit the gang. I don't visit the gang much. And so she's like, oh, okay. Well, I'm going to call all y'all's parents and I'm going to let them know that you're on the gang. Brandon's like, I don't give a fuck. But I do. I care. My dad doesn't play that. Please. I mean, you can call his mom, but please don't call my dad. So I get home and I'm like, you know what? I got to tell my dad because my dad's always said, if you tell me before the teacher does, it won't be that bad. It's a lie. So I go up to my dad. He's watching Martin. It goes on commercial. And I was like, hey, Pops, my teacher might call and say that I'm in some gang. I'm really not. But, yeah, she might call. And he's like, yeah, she already called me. And I was like, oh. He's like, yeah, I already talked to her. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I walk back to my room. And my stepbrother's in there. He's like, what did dad say? I was like, he chilling. So me and my stepbrother, we literally in the room. We start crip walking because I'm like, tomorrow I'm going to go to school. I'm going to be thugging tomorrow. And so then my dad comes in like, oh yeah, by the way, I got a parent-teacher conference with her tomorrow. I was like, oh shit. Okay. I was like, okay. And so the next day we get to the school. We're at the parent-teacher conference. My teacher telling them about the gang, about the tagging on the door. Then she started telling them about the stuff I've been doing all year. She's like, oh yeah, he's been a class clown. He's been very disruptive. I saw him on the playground. He's out here fighting people. I'm like, wow. I thought we were just talking about gang activity. Okay. And so my dad, he looks at me. He's like, okay, cool. Since you want to be in a gang, when we get home, you're going to join my gang. And I was like, I don't think I'm allowed to do that. I think you're only allowed to be in one gang. I think that's the gang. And I don't even know your color scheme. Like right now, maroon, that's our color scheme. And I can't be in. And so then we get home and my dad, he is angry. He's like, you and your brother. So my stepbrother, he got drug into it because he wanted to be a Crip so bad. So my dad, he lit into our ass. And then, so after he finished lighting into our ass, he then goes to Blockbuster. He rents a movie. He's like, here, you're going to sit down and watch this. And he pops the tape into the VCR. And I was like, Boys in the Hood? I looked at my brother. I was like, this is our punishment. We get to watch Boys in the Hood. And my brother, he's geeked because my brother's all about gangs. And my brother, he sucks his thumb. So he got his thumb in his right. He's like, watching Boys in the Hood, right? So we watching Boys in the Hood. Boys in the Hood goes off. My dad comes in there and he's like, put some paper on the table and a pencil. He's like, now I need y'all to write an essay and talk about why it's not good to be in a gang. And so I look at my brother. I was like, I don't know any essays. And he's like, what? I said, do you know any essays? Like, I don't know any Mexican gangsters. And he looked at me. He's like, me either. I said, maybe Salvador, but Salvador was in my gang. I don't know if he wants me to write Salvador. So I tell my dad, I was like, Pops, I don't know any essays. He's like, what? I said, I don't know any Mexican gangsters. I don't know any vatos. And he looks at me. He's like, boy, write me a report on why it's not cool to be in a gang. I was like, oh, whole time I thought my dad wanted me to write an essay. Like I thought I was about to get a prison pen pal. Low key. I was like, I don't know any Latin kings, but I'm about to make some friends. So I write this report. Me and my brother, we copy each other. And my report had in it, being in a gang isn't cool, but learning fractions are. What? I wrote... Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I can't believe I wrote that. I'm a tad bit embarrassed, but so I think I'm still in 2 gangs. I think TKC is no longer in existence, but I think I might have violated some gang rule. You know what? I need to get a hold of Gavin. He would know the answer.